To celebrate Halloween this year, we got the official poster for Stranger Things Season 5. To that I say... What's going on, guys? I'm Chris, and welcome back to another video. So today we were blessed with the official poster for Stranger Things Season 5 in all of its glory. Kyle Lambert never misses. And so, of course, I'm going to break this poster down as I do with trailers and all the other stuff that we get in the world of Stranger Things. But before I get into this, hit that like button, comment down below your thoughts on this poster, as well as your ranking of the 5 main posters for Stranger Things. And of course, subscribe and hit that notification bell to help reach my goal of 150,000 subscribers here on the channel. It means quite a bit. If you want extra content from the world of Stranger Things and beyond, whether it be a deep dive into every episode of the show leading up to Season 5 or live streams, Patreon is the place to be. Any support over there truly does mean the world. So yesterday we got the official trailer for Stranger Things Season 5, and I thought it couldn't get any better than that. Well, today they turned around and hit us with the poster. Here it is in all of its glory, and again, it's worth noting that Kyle Lambert is the artist who's done the art for all the posters since Season 1. He really does bring the heat every single time. But I'm gonna go section by section and break down this poster. Starting at the bottom, in the bottom left, you can see the WSQK radio station with the WSQK, the Squawk van out front. We've seen this van many times in various shots throughout the trailer. It's very clearly going to be an important vehicle this season. And of course, the WSQK radio station is like the new home base for our characters. In fact, we even found out in the trailer yesterday and through some toys that actually released within the last few weeks that there's access to the tunnels from Season 2 in the WSQK radio station. Jonathan opens this like shelf to a secret doorway passage that leads to the tunnels, which is pretty awesome. You can also see Joyce's car parked back there. We know they're all going to be posted up there. And above the radio station, the tower piece goes pretty high in the sky, and next to that we can see Robin and Murray the Bald Eagle Bowman. This of course is going to be a new duo this season, and we have a shot of them in the trailer standing outside of the WSQK radio station as the ground starts to tear open, revealing what looks to be a gate that I assume Demogorgons are going to jump out of, because there is a shot of these two driving the Bradley's Big Bike truck being chased by a Demogorgon. Now just above them we have Jonathan and Nancy. Jancy Nation, this one's for you.
How was the pullout?
Of course, the big question here is whether or not they'll end up together, Jancy versus Stancy. We'll get into all that in a second, but in the trailer yesterday, we saw Jonathan and Nancy on the roof of Hawkins' lab as this explosion of sorts sent this like ripple effect throughout the sky in the Upside Down. But I gotta say, I'm not 100% confident in either of these characters making it out alive. I think there are too many moments in the trailer where they're like embracing each other or having this heart-to-heart, and I just have this sick feeling that the Duffers are gonna tear that away. One of them's gonna bite the dust, or maybe both of them go. We'll see. And above them, we've got Steve the Harrington. Is it on purpose that he was placed in between Jonathan and Nancy? Is there gonna be a rift between the relationship? Is Steve gonna end up with Nancy? Of course, it's fun to theorize either way. I think the show is like 95% on the Jancy train, but there are crumbs of Stancy still. But Steve really said out with a bat, in with a chainsaw. Of course, we've already seen him repping a chainsaw in one of the official images from Season 5. It looks like he's almost cutting a hole in the floor to reveal a gate, which I think would be a really cool concept, but Steve with the chainsaw, the Funko Pop, make it happen. Heading back down to the center of this poster, we have the Stranger Things Season 5 logo and Joyce and Hopper right there. Jopper supremacy. To me, they're the sweetest couple in all Stranger Things. I want them to get married and live a long, happy life together because they both are severely traumatized and have a lot of baggage, and they just deserve each other. They deserve happiness, and damn it, do they deserve that date at Enzo's with some breadsticks. Of course, above the two of them is Eleven, striking an iconic pose as always, and her nose is bleeding. Eleven gonna be one of the main focuses this season, of course, her being front and center, just like Iron Man in the Infinity War poster feels right. Heading back down to the bottom right, you can actually see there's a Demogorgon, and we know there's going to be multiple Demogorgons running around at the military base sequence in the episode Sorcerer, which is the 4th episode of the season, Season 4, Volume 1 finale, if you will. Next to him, there's a military soldier. This is actually Lieutenant Akers, played by actor Alex Bro. We've gotten some select shots of him in the marketing thus far, and to the left of him is Dr. K. This is Linda Hamilton, of course, Sarah Connor in the Terminator franchise, but she's playing a military figure in the final season who is seemingly on the hunt for Eleven because she is wanted, and that's a whole entire subplot of Season 4 with the character Colonel Sullivan. You can also see Vecna's hand next to what looks like the wall or barrier of the Upside Down. We still don't know what that giant wall is. It could be the edge of the Upside Down. It could be like mirroring the the military border in Hawkins in the real world, and that's just what we see in the Upside Down, or it could be some sort of border between Dimension X and the Upside Down. I'm real excited to see what that actually is. Moving up in the poster, we see Derek Turnbow. This is a new character in the 3rd episode of season 5. It's actually called the Turnbow Trap. Is Derek Turnbow going to be directly involved with that? I would assume so. There are also signs throughout Hawkins and all the marketing about Turnbow Realty. So the Turnbow family must have some sort of prominent role in Hawkins this season. Next to him is Erica Sinclair. You can't spell America without Erica. She's looking awesome as always, and there is one shot of her in the trailer that dropped yesterday. She's in Hawkins Middle School, and there's like a 99% chance she's in Mr. Clark's class this season. I can't wait to see Randy Havens back in the role. Moving up top right, we've got some Wheeler family represented. You can see Holly right here. Holly, almost certainly the vanishing Wheeler in this season in the 2nd episode, because if you zoom into this shot from the trailer, it looks like she is somehow being transported to Dimension X. I get into that in my breakdown. Check it out, linked up above. Then you got Karen Wheeler, the mother of the Wheeler family, who I'm very concerned about. It does seem like she's in serious peril this season, and I worry that her blood is on Nancy's hands in the hospital. And then we have Mike Wheeler, who's assuming the role of a leader again. It's good to see Mike back to like his season 1 and 2 roots, being a leader and having the respect of every character no matter the age. Mike was a great leader in season 1 and 2, and so again, seeing him back in that role just feels right. He's also real clever and has cracked the code in past seasons, so hopefully he's back to that role in this season. Heading back to the left, we see Lucas and Max. Max still not awake, in a coma. There's a shot from the trailer of Lucas with Max where a Demodog is full on sprinting at them. I'm real concerned for Lucas. He's been in danger in various shots this season, but it's apparent to me that he will sacrifice himself for Max no matter the cost, so I have a good feeling that Max will be okay as long as Lucas is around. Also, I mentioned this in my breakdown, but he's holding like a little stereo boombox of sorts, probably blaring Running Up That Hill, because that's the song that helped Max evade Vecna in the Dear Billy episode. Come on now. We then have Dustin near the top of the poster in his WSQK shirt with his new hat and of course that brown jacket we've seen him wear. Dustin being so close to the top of the poster has me thinking that he's going to be one of the main characters this season, especially with his grieving of Eddie. Vecna could potentially prey on that, which is scary. But front and center, we've got Will Byers near the top right next to Vecna intentionally. Will has been sidelined in seasons past, but his connection to the Upside Down has always been very deep. We know that this season he's probably going to play the biggest role he's played ever in the show. That's made even more apparent by the trailer, because up top we've got Vecna on the poster, and at the end of the trailer, Vecna and Will are seen together in the military base. Will's out of commission, Vecna's taking full control over him, and he calls him William. He's like, "You're gonna help me one last time," referring back to season 2 when the Mind Flayer, the shadow form particles of the Mind Flayer, possessed Will. Vecna and the Mind Flayer are deeply connected. Who really pulls all the strings? I think that revelation will be made in season 5. It'll be sort of a retcon, a holy crap type moment, but for now, Vecna and the Mind Flayer I view sort of as equals in a sense. Regardless, Vecna was aware of Will all along, and we're going to get flashbacks early on that show that. But them two being at the top of this poster is big. Their connection, their relationship is going to be at the center of this season. It's going to be crucial to answering all the questions the audience has, but also putting an end to the Upside Down once and for all. I think a cool detail of this poster is that there's a gate bordering the top around Vecna, and it kind of looks exactly like the gate on the side of Hawkins' library that we've seen in the trailer, the one that Vecna is going to come through in that moment. And of course, there are some vines coming out around the border of the poster as well. At the very bottom right, you've got the release dates for all the volumes and episodes, which we've known all along. And if we compare this poster to season 4, Vecna is at the top of both posters. 11 has a huge role in both, but Max is like right there with 11 and Vecna in the season 4 poster. And here, it's like Will is in that role at the top of the poster. The plot of season 4 revolved heavily around Max. Safe to say it's going to be revolving around Will in season 5. But taking in this poster as a full body of work, it's a thing of beauty. It might be one of my favorite posters. I might do a straight up ranking of them. I will do that potentially soon. I would do it in short form. How are you feeling? Let me know your thoughts down below, and of course hit that like button, subscribe into that notification bell, and be on the lookout for more videos coming very soon. But thank you guys as always for watching, and until next time, I'll see you on the other side of the Upside Down.
Trick or treat!